seeing as you're ready, let's not waste any time. I got you this cute uniform. Put it on and let's get to work.
Huh? Work? Hang on a minute. Didn't you agree on a commission to take me and a client into a hollow?
I see. When you said doing business together, you actually meant down in the hollows.
Of course I was talking about down in the hollows. You don't really think Nicole wants me to pay off our debt by working here, do you? It might look like she has a bank account where a conscience should be, but Nicole's pretty good to me.
Well, we sure got that wrong. But if we're going down into a hollow, where are the rest of the cunning hairs?
I came up with this commission myself. I'm not sure how to put this. Before, I got everybody into a real pickle with Vision, but Nicole still asked me to stay. Now that the cunning hairs are in the red, I think it's time for me to see what I can do.
Hustling side gigs to make ends meet, while the boss can't afford to pay your wages. How admirable.
Well, ever heard of a fortune cat? And once I get back from this gig with my pay, I'm gonna make the old poker face say, "We are the very model of a cunning hair."
I thought you and Anby had made up already.
It's not about making amends. It's about the competitive mindset of professionals. Being at Gentle House is a job after all. Besides, even street gangs have performance metrics these days. How bad at Faithin? I've got a lucrative commission set up. You want in?
Give me the details on this commission first.
No problem. Here's the situation. There's this company that lost a resources down in a hollow. They're recruiting skilled agents and proxies to do some field surveys down there, in the hopes of one day retrieving it all.
Sounds easy enough. But field surveys? Those aren't usually very profitable.
Relax. This is just the first step. Think about it. The company needed to find help on Internaut just to run some field surveys. When it comes to the official recovery later on, they'll definitely be looking for more.
I see what you mean. Yeah, resource recovery pays really well. People will probably be fighting over that commission, but if we've already worked with them before, then we'll be their first choice.
We sure will. That's razor sharp brain, you gotta cast out a long line to catch a big fish. So, you interested in the commission now?
What about our pay? That's a prerequisite before working together.
Split it, 50-50. How about it? Pretty good, huh? I'll go confirm the place and time with the client, and then we can get straight to it.
Master, this time, I am a limited edition version of Fairy. Fairy Cat, at your service. Please follow the guide to the end of the route we're surveying inside the hall. Fairy Cat suggests you find the guide first. Meow.
Your virtual assistant is getting on my nerves. That guy is our guide, right?
Hi, you're Nekomata, right? Allow me to, introduce myself. I'm Ollie, and I'm in charge of this operation.
Operation? This is just a field survey. Is it like a trend for companies to use fancy names?
I mean, this time at least I'm your client. Yes, client and guide. Speaking of which, our proxy isn't here yet.
We're both right here.
Miss Nekomata, please don't kid around. It's just you and me here. No.
He doesn't seem to realize this bamboo right under his nose is a proxy.
Hello, Ollie. I'm actually your proxy.
Who's there?
Meow! My ears! Sorry I wasn't clear before, Ollie. But please, keep Siren's hearing in mind. So, as you can see, this is our proxy.
Is that so? My bad. Whew, well, that was embarrassing. Promise, I'm still a reliable guy. Please, lean on me. Just as much as I'm leaning on this stalagmite right now. See, chatting and laughing so freely like this, while being so close to an ether crystal, whew, that's more than enough to demonstrate my aptitude for it. Did the crystal just move? Oh, don't tell—
Oh, it's one of those inactive sleeping at the...
An ethereal!
Hey, calm down! I said it's just an inactive ethereal.
Seems you can't even hear anything right now.
Well, let's take care of the ethereal first and talk after. Let's get rid of these ethereals first.
At last, we're saved. Miss Nekomata, I was blown away by your heroism just then.
I'm glad to hear it, but in the future, could you please not wander aimlessly around the battlefield so much? I don't want you to get hurt. When I read the notes for this job, I assumed you'd be a little more... composed. I didn't expect companies would have such different requirements for Holo Surveyor.
Diversity is... it's highly valued by the company. Fine. I'm really not the best at dealing with ethereals. But I've got a few tricks up my sleeve when it comes...
Really? Then I guess I'll trust you. Well, since you mentioned etheric resource recovery, there's no sense hiding it. What we really want is to help support your resource recovery business in the future. So, if everything goes smoothly today, could you have a word with your boss and help us get in on the follow-up commission?
Oh, yeah, of course. No problem, just leave it up to me.
We're counting on you. Tell you the truth, I've been planning on switching careers recently. Working for a big fancy company like yours ought to pay better than hustling on internet for myself, right?
Sure does.
Can you tell us how much of a cut you take for recovering etheric resources like that?
Oh, yeah, my cut.
How silly of me, Mia. You work for a company, so you must get a fixed salary plus bonuses. But I guess that's confidential.
Yes. I have to keep that a secret. That is very considerate of you, Miss Nekomata. I won't disclose exactly how much it is then.
Cool. Let's not talk about salaries right now, then. Shall we get started with surveying the route?
Oh, okay. Just let me look up the exact details here.
Psst. Hey, Ethan. What do you think of this Ollie guy?
I was thinking, why would you want to switch jobs when you only just started with the cutting hairs? But I get it. You were leading him on, huh?
I feel like he's a little weird. He talked about working with this company, but his story's full of holes. It's obvious he's not familiar with them. What do you think, Brock?
He seems like a fake. Just a nobody who wants to hustle some money from down in the hollows.
I thought so too. Working with you sure saves a lot of hassle. But I'm confused about why he's still forcing himself to come in here when he's obviously terrified. There must be something going on behind the scenes. Maybe there's a big score waiting to be revealed. In any case, let's finish up this commission with him, then find a way to figure out what's really going on.
I've confirmed the surveyed route. Please stick together.
Mr. Ollie, about your company.
Wait a minute, what's that noise? Would you go check ahead?
Master, Ollie refuses to proceed due to
Phew. Oh, luckily that's not an enemy. We should get out of here. Oh, over there!
Talking about work, Mr. Ollie, what do you...
Oh, what's that? Oh, there's something wobbling around! Straight ahead! Can you go check?
Master, there is an unknown
Can't wait.
There is some writing on the wall.
Ethereals are way too scary. We should get out of here. Oh, over there! Let me handle that locked door ahead. I forgot to bring the key card.
Seems like we can open the door with that button.
Can you... can you please go take a look? The door's open. We should go this way now. Yeah. It should be safe around here. Oh, why are ethereals here all of a sudden? Take care of them, I'm begging you.
Standing by.
Okay. Now's my chance.
Sustain fire. Don't get hit.
You asked for it. The ethereals have all been taken care of.
Home stretch. Whew. Can I walk behind you too?
Just follow me.
Oh, the survey route finishes right up there.
How can there be so many? They may be small, but I've got a weird feeling about this.
Ah, there! That's a big one!
Oh, is it really that scary? I'll get rid of them.
Let's move.
Now's the chance!
Orders received.
You asked for it!
Fold. Phew, that's great. That's a wrap for the commission, thanks to the both of you. Couldn't have gotten it all done today without you. As for your payment, once we exit the hollow, I'll have funds transferred to Miss Nekomata's Internet account. Oh, and don't worry, I'll be putting in a good word for you too.
Okay, we're counting on you, Mia.
Now that our business is done and dusted, shall we head out of the hollow now?
No problem. Me and the proxy will find the fastest and safest route out of the hollow.
I understand. I'll just stand over there and turn my back to you. You can trust me.
Darn it. Busy and flustered the whole time, I never got around to asking this guy about his true purpose and identity. Don't have time. We have to leave the hollow soon, and then everyone will go their separate ways.
Calm down, Nekomata. We'll figure something out. Back when you were with the gang, did you ever come across anything like this?
Back when I was in the gang? Proxy. Speaking of street gangs, that reminds me. It's time to use my secret ability. Watch this. Got it. Now let me see what this so-called guide Ollie has on him, huh? Wait, these are handcuffs?
Handcuffs? Ordinary civilians don't just go around carrying these.
Hold up, Wise. Barry just detected a string of numbers on the handcuffs that match the same format used by public security.
What? These handcuffs belong to a public security officer?
Miss Nekomata, Proxy, how's your chat going? I think I can hear some ethereals nearby. What are my handcuffs doing over? I mean, they're not my not handcuffs.
Tell us the truth, Ollie. Why do you have public security handcuffs on you?
It's that I found those.
Oh, so you just found them somewhere. Well then, that's completely fine, yeah? Well now, Ollie. I took you for a rookie thief judging by the way you cowered like a chicken in the hollow. I never thought you'd steal something from a public security officer. I thought I could get a nice score from your commission. But seems we ought to be grateful you haven't landed us in even more trouble. And these handcuffs that you just found? What kind of incompetent officer would lose their own equipment? Any cop who lets you take their cuffs off them must be a real weakling.
Please, please don't insult public security officer. A public security officer has to grit his teeth and endure arduous training. They have to stay up all night for exams, has to struggle to pass the strictest of screening. Only then can he become an officer.
Why are you getting all virtuous all of a sudden? Hold up. Don't interrupt me. We want the truth, and get on with it. Who are you really, and why did you post a fake commission through a fake company?
It's... I can't tell you.
Can't tell us? Are you still not grasping the situation? Let me see. Since you're not cooperating, I guess I'll just have to throw you to the ethereals and... Oh boy, we killed so many of their friends today. I bet they're gonna be real happy to see you. How about now? Ready to talk?
I won't tell. Even if you feed me to the ethereals, I won't.
What is up with this guy? He's scared out of his wits, but he still won't talk.
Hold on, Nekomata. I've just matched the serial number from these handcuffs to an officer. Ollie, male, Team 4, Criminal Investigations Division at Janus 12th Precinct. That's who this guy is.
Huh? No way. This guy is actually a public security officer? Alright, we've made it out. Well, Ollie? Officer? You said you wouldn't hold us liable before, so let's say our goodbyes right here then.
Please, please, wait. Miss Nekomata, before you leave, can you reassure me that you're both good people, and that you will not tell anyone anything about meeting me today? My mission today was top secret. I need to make sure no one harboring ulterior motives learns this information.
Okay, don't worry. If we had any ulterior motives, we would have snuck off and left you with the ethereals. Way back when we first realized you weren't who you claimed to be.
Oh, I see. Of course. That makes sense. Wait, you knew I wasn't with the company all along?
Actually, you gave yourself away as soon as you opened your mouth.
Honestly, how could your boss or your coworkers let you go alone on a mission like this?
Because this operation was at my personal request. I've been a public security officer for years now, but I still can't get over my phobia of ethereals. I've screwed up a few operations, and these days, I always get benched. There's been this really tough case, and we're short of leads. I thought maybe we could use Internaut to lure in our culprit with some crime-related info. If the plan worked, I'd be able to take credit for it, even if I wasn't involved with the operation later on. If I was lucky, I might even have gotten a certificate.
I wouldn't have taken you for someone so driven by personal gain.
That's my boss on the phone. 1 second. Hello? Boss, it's Ollie.
Where are you? Did you post to Internaut pretending to be a company going into a hollow?
It wasn't on purpose. But please don't fire me.
Fire you? Why would I fire you? You did great. If we can crack this case, you'll take first merit for it and land a handsome bonus. Get back to the precinct and get yourself ready for the next operation.
My boss praised me. All these years, my boss has finally praised me! Did you hear that? Not only do I get to keep going out with them on operations, but I might even get a bonus!
Oh, congratulations.
What am I gonna do?
You were just so happy. Why the long...
Going on future operations with them means I definitely will hollow again. And I'll mess things up as soon as we run into any ethereal.
You'll just have to work it out for yourself. Proxy, let's go!
Wait a sec! Miss Nekomata, Proxy. This may be a bit forward, but would you please consider becoming case consultants for public security and helping me to complete the mission?
Huh?
You know the truth about my Internaut commission. Making you case consultants feels much safer than just relying on a verbal promise. And what's more, based on our previous adventure, when it comes to hollows, I can tell your abilities are far superior to mine. With your support, all those things I couldn't do before, they don't have to be pipe dreams any longer. This time, I really just might get a bonus.
Then if we say no, what are you gonna do?
If you really won't say yes, then I can only bid farewell to my Medal of Honor with tears in my eyes. And ask you once again to keep this confidential.
Yeah? That's it?
I thought you were gonna say you'd hold us responsible.
I'd never go back on my word. I swear it on my honor as an officer.
I gotta say, he really is just... Fine, Ollie. I reluctantly agree to this commission of yours, or your request for us to be case consultants, or... But on one condition. We charge a high fee. If we help you complete the mission, your entire bonus is ours.
That's fine with me. I'd rather have the prestige over any bonus.
Great. Then let's do it. Alright then, Proxy. Today's matter is settled. Back. Huh? Why are you looking at me like that? It feels weird.
Nekomata, were you serious about what you said to Ollie?
So what? I agreed to his request. What's so unbelievable about that? Don't worry, I won't lose us any money. I've heard that they pay out pretty decent bonuses. And if he's so willing to give up the whole thing, then why not? And Ollie might seem unreliable. But there were several times today when he surprised me. Perhaps there's more to this guy than meets the eye. Anyway, let's just wait for him to contact us if we're gonna be supporting him. We can talk about his case then.
Ether resources all over the hollows for quite some time. Their methods are cruel, and they've amassed no precinct in any jurisdiction has been able to pin them down because they roam around. So the case remains... So here's what I'm thinking. First of all, we put out the word on Internet that there's a large commission to recover Ether resources. The commission, which you and the Proxy got involved with last. Then, we use Ether resources from our evidence room as bait and set a trap by... Finally, we wait for the gangsters to take the bait and then apprehend them all inside the hollow.
Sounds pretty solid. Then what?
Okay, well, then we officially adopt this as our battle plan.
Oh, well then. It seems like you have a real talent for organizing plans.
It's just... 11th Precinct, and I've been promoted to head up the joint operation.
Why did you say just? You're starting to make me nervous.
You see, only the 11th Precinct has access to the Ether resources and evidence. I'm about to go undercover into the Hollow to set up the trap with two strangers from the General Affairs Department who I've never even met before. And my weakness will be exposed the second we run into any ethereals, and they won't exactly help me hide it. And then once my boss hears about it, I'm betting once again I'll...
So what? It's not like I can go meet them in your place. Cry and beg all you want. But I'm not gonna do anything that...
Of course. I'd never dream of getting you to do such a thing, Miss Nekomata. As a case consultant, I just need you to take care of any ethereals along the way, so we can safely lay our bait.
Case consultant? Sounds more like a body.
Oh, not at all. Think of it as being temporary, unofficial personnel for public security. I've already filled in everyone back at the precinct about the case consultant who will be helping out with the operation.
It's really stressful working on an operation alongside this many officers.
Oh, please. This operation really needs you, Miss Nekomata. What if we use remote comms to keep in touch, and you can help me from a little further away? Then you won't have to talk to the other officers.
If that's an option, then I'll consider doing it. By the way, this case consultant thing, is there anything else I need to know about?
As you're effectively temporary unofficial personnel for public security, you'll need to comply with basically the same rules that current officers do. You'll be fine. You just need to memorize this simple 476-page new officer training manual.
I know what to do, so just leave everything to... And so that's what happened when I met Ollie just now.
Nekomata, correct me if I'm wrong, but you aren't going to read that manual, are you?
Of course not. Who'd want to learn how to be a public security officer by reading all that? All I have to do is work with the officers from public security. It's no big deal. I'll just brush up on a few things beforehand. There's still some time before Ollie's mission, so I'll go study nearby and give you a buzz when it's time to go.
Oh, she's gone. She said she was going to study somewhere nearby. How does Nekomata plan to study exactly? Why don't you go find out, Wise? That way, you'll be more confident going into the holo with her.
Huh? Nothing to ready and wait. Officer 1 needs something. Time to make some money.
Proxy at the coordinates you sent.
That's great! So, once I meet with the officers from the 11th Precinct, you just need to follow us in parallel from... If anything happens, I'll request your immediate support through...
Just when the time comes, be quick about it instead of exercising your lung capacity.
I'll try my best to hold it in. After all, the other officers of the 11th Precinct will be with...
I hear footsteps. Sounds like the other officers have arrived on your end. Good. Let's stay in touch.
Hey, but I haven't seen anyone else.
Master, 2 young humans have been detected near...
Huh? Hey, Holly. There are 2 people approaching me over here. What's going...
That's impossible. I know I sent the correct meetup coordinates. Oh no! I did send the wrong one! I sent your coordinates instead! What are we gonna do?
I was just about to ask you...
Get out of there before they see you! They won't be able to keep up with you!
I haven't done anything wrong. Why should I have to run? Besides, What happens to the operation if I leave?
The operation. I'll just go back and confess to my boss about my ethereal phobia. It's fine. At the very worst, they'll just take command of the operation from... In any case, I'll take full responsibility.
Ollie can be quite stubborn about certain things.
Quit complaining, Wise. If we don't make a plan soon, we're gonna be out of time.
Don't worry, Proxy. I'll handle this. Looks like I'll have to show off my skills from my old profession. Consider this a free lesson, Ollie. Watch and learn.
The rendezvous point should be close by.
Over there? Did we get something wrong?
Hey, are you two from the next precinct over? You're in the right place. Codename Operation Watch and Wait. I'm Ollie from Team 4 Criminal Investigations at the 12th Precinct, and I'm in charge of today's operation.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Delaney from General Affairs at the 11th Precinct. And this is Huggin. We humbly apologize if we caused any offense just now. We'll cooperate in full and carry out all orders to finish the mission.
You don't have to be so formal. We've never met, and it's an undercover sting. So it's completely normal to be guarded about anyone nearby the meeting point. And without 11 Precinct support, we could never carry out this operation. So I should be thankful.
I didn't think you'd be so young, Officer Ollie. Or so easy go. When I heard the name Ollie, I imagined an old guy in a stained tan suit with heavy bags under his eye.
Oh, they're talking about...
This guy has a very specific imagination.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Huggins is just like that. And what were you just saying about being specific?
Oh, what I mean is, everyone's here now, so let's hurry up and be specific in our mission.
Roger. We've already marked out several alternative coordinates, so please come with us.
We fooled them. We actually fooled them!
Don't relax just yet, all. That was just the beginning. They're gonna have more questions along the way. The real test is only just getting started. Anyway, find somewhere safe nearby to hide and keep an eye on things. If I need info from you, be ready to tell me quick.
Right. Understood.
Officer, we've already marked 3 deployment points. This is the first location. This is the second. And this is the final one.
Very well. We'll go investigate as per usual. Hollows are unpredictable. Stay close to me. Watch your step. Avoid the ethereals.
We've reached the deployment point. Setting up the bait now.
Wait. I hear something strange.
How come there are so many ethereals here?
Nicole, let me help! Okay, no problem. I'm over here.
Bullseye.
Now I got them! out of nowhere like that.
You sure took them all out quickly, Ollie. I barely had a chance to react.
Yeah, no wonder your average combat scores at the 12th precinct were higher than ours last month. Turns out it's all because of you.
Come on, you're all exaggerating. Rolling up on you by 0.2 point and combat scores are really only for internal use anyway. They're worth nada in the real world. Your precinct's high rate of closing cases? Now that's the real achievement.
Yeah? Didn't I hear you all cracked a whopper of a case a little while back, though?
You're probably thinking of those inter-district raids carried out by the 14th precinct, right? Ah, we can't take any credit for that.
Ah, I see. That's a real shame.
Right? If we don't catch these gangsters and their ether loot, then I don't know what I'm gonna write in my annual report this year.
Wow, even an elite officer like yourself has to worry about writing reports. I feel like you're one of us now.
It's much harder being a desk jockey than catching criminals in the hollow. But the word limit for reports this year has been reduced, thanks to all the spam your precinct put out last.
That was actually Huggins over here. In his report, he wrote out 20 times. Being a public security officer in the whole world, becoming a better officer is my core meaning in life.
Delaney, you swore you'd never tell anyone about that. Anyway, it's better than what you wrote. If you can't afford to raise my salary, I hope you raise my pension by 20%.
But that's what I really thought.
You two are sure interesting.
Huh. I never expected Miss Nekomata to know so much about our inter-precinct gossip. It's like I didn't even need to come along at all.
Isn't that a good thing? Why you getting all self-pity?
Huh? Officer Ollie, what's that about pity?
I meant, there's nowhere good to place those ether resources here. And that's a real pity.
Ah, you're right. Let's push on and check out our next option then. We probably shouldn't deploy here. It's too dangerous.
Next, let's go over there.
The space here seems pretty unstable. We've reached the deployment point. Setting up the bait now.
Master, a hollow shift has just occurred.
Great. A hollow shift wasn't part of our plan.
Don't panic, that's normal. I've dealt with it.
Master, we found an I have to. The note reads, Red.
It's the exit! Time to sharpen my claws!
thought one of the first 2 locations would surely be suitable. Lucky we didn't spend too much.
It's so nice to have such an elite... Officer Ollie, you've achieved incredible success at such a young age. Could you tell us which school you graduated?
Which school?
Oh, right. This is me. Argyle's camp.
Yeah, it was Argyle's campus.
Hey! Isn't that the school where tuition is free?
Huggins, watch your mouth! Sorry, Officer Ollie. Huggins didn't mean anything bad about your old school. It's just, you're so skilled, we thought you must be from an elite academy.
So which year did you graduate?
Oh, that's me again. Class of 45.
Class of 45.
Huh? 45? Wasn't that years ago? The graduates from that class must be nearly 40 now.
Yeah, but ma'am, you don't even look 30, let alone 40.
Ollie, now's not the time to go blank. Hurry up and think of something.
Hang on. Officer Ollie, could it be that your real identity is in fact...
My real identity?
a child prodigy who skipped grades to get into the academy super early for her age?
You got me! I can't hide anything from you. I was actually an orphan who was taken in. My foster mom was always so kind to me. But she made some bad investments. So our finances were...
Ah, I see. So you're the oldest in a family with lots of foster siblings. You lived in a tiny house at the mercy of the elements. Your whole family squeezed into but a single bed. As the oldest kid, you'd secretly eat moldy crusts while carving off the good bits of bread to share with a smile for your younger...
Wow, sounds like an old soap opera.
That's why! To keep costs down at home, you chose to enroll at the Argyle's campus, which has lower age limits and free tuition!
Actually, you pretty much nailed it.
But lots of company-affiliated schools have free enrollment too.
Why'd you decide to become a public security officer?
Well, before I went into foster care, I wasn't a good kid. This one time, I overestimated my abilities against a really bad person, and nearly ended up losing my life for nothing. But even with all that, someone still stood up for me. Protected me, and it might have been unintentional. But for me, it was like, so if I could, I also wanted to protect something with my own hands.
I understand. You chose to become a public security officer to protect us. No wonder you're in charge of this operation at such a young age. Your morals are beyond reproach. I only became an officer to show off to the ladies. I'm just a piece of dirt compared to you.
After hearing about your past, I realize I really don't have any dreams of my own. I only took this job for its pension.
Don't be like that. I think it's good to have dreams based in reality. Besides, our reasoning for joining the force might be different.
Wow, Officer Ollie, you're so kind. I'll have to redouble my efforts to be...
Sorry, ma'am. Huggins gets emotional easily. Don't mind him. Let's push on and check out the next location.
This area is prone to spatial displacement. Not a good... Let's head to another deployment point.
Master.
Officer Ollie, our ether resource trap has been...
Great work.
Really? You obviously had no issue. And what's more, the thing you said just now about using your hands to pretend... If I didn't know you were just pretending to be me... Why?
It's because the key to any real experience, or else you have to understand the character you're playing.
So that...
Hey, don't just assume anyway. If you hadn't messed up...
I'm so... Hang on. I think...
Warning. Large numbers of ethereals are converging near the client's hypothesis. This area experiences spatial anomalies that teleport in ethereals from other locations.
Now I'll come up with something.
What do you mean by come up with something? Officer...
You're right. I've actually had something on my mind. The key to this whole watch and wait operation revolves around whether or not these gangsters actually take the ether bait we've laid out for them. That's why I think before we withdraw, we should check nearby for signs of anyone suspicious, to guarantee that nobody notices anything about today's operation. Gangsters can be tricky after all.
Ah, I see. Drawing on such rich experience, no wonder you're leading the operation.
It's just... You've helped me out so much today running around these hollows.
No, really, it's nothing. Guaranteeing safe operations is what public security officers do.
It sure is. I have the greatest
Alright, here's what we're gonna split into 2 groups and search for signs of anything suspicious nearby. If we find anything, radio the other team.
Yes, ma'am.
I want the left side.
Fine. I'll take the right.
Foxy, we have to go rescue Ollie. These are definitely Ollie's footprints. There's so many ethereals teleporting here. This doesn't look great. I hope you can hang in there. Do you really think some wimpy ethereals can stop me? The whiskers are tingling. Ollie must be close. These ethereals are never ending. Ollie's up ahead. Ollie! Hey, Ollie!
Miss Nekomata! Oh no. If you're here, does that...
It hasn't failed. I managed to... completely... If you can't crack the case and get our commission... Ollie?
Ollie seems a little...
You're not wrong. It's because I can't stop wondering. Has teaming, watching how you handled things over the course of the operation today left me thinking. I got the meeting place wrong. I can't even protect myself from ethereals.
Hey, Ollie! Nobody can easily handle... Didn't I tell you before? I almost ended up losing my life for nothing thanks to what... There are traces of ethereals all...
Really?
Ollie, you were the one who came up with using internet against the... Don't you get it? You're nowhere as bad as you think. Stop being so hard on yourself. And turn your personal experience and your personality into your Huh? It's a message from those other officers. Yes, this is Ollie.
Ma'am, your intuition and foresight are truly remarkable.
Huh?
Ma'am, not long after we split up, we spotted this sneaky figure around the setup point, so we apprehended him immediately. This kid was dressed up like a gangster. He might have something to do with the gang we're...
Where are you right now? We'll head to you immediately, and we can go to the 12th precinct together.
What? Go into the precinct to Delaney? Huggins? Wait a sec. I'm really far away from you right now. Why don't you take him back to the 11th precinct?
That, it wouldn't be...
It's totally fine. You two apprehended the suspect, so the credit's all yours. You should take him back to the 11th precinct for Go on now, quickly! I've just taken on another assignment. I'll be watching closely as to how your interrogation goes. Good luck!
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Great work.
That's weird. I only mentioned it offhand. I never thought they'd actually catch a criminal. If you go back with them to their precinct, Ollie, it'll blow our cover. So we have to give them the credit for this arrest. But I'm a little anxious about the outcome of the interrogation. So, dust yourself off and hurry back to your precinct. Contact me the moment you hear any...
Okay.
Proxy. Ollie's already headed off. Let's call it a day. I'm so tired. Forgive me for not taking EO.
I never expected you to be such a great teacher.
Hey, come on. What are you saying? Even my ears are blushing. I mean, we put in a lot of work today. If we leave them now, we'd be throwing away our... How can I put this? Whenever I used to see a public security officer, I would just avoid them. But after working with these two, I realized they're just a bunch of average You've also been running around all day, Proxy. I bet we'll be getting a message from Ollie sometime soon. Let's get some rest for now. I'll contact you if I hear anything.